A U.S. federal court kills net neutrality. Microsoft goes all in on AI with an $80 billion investment for 2025. And Meta doubles down on using AI fiction. Welcome back to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. A federal appeals court, specifically the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals, has just blocked the FCC's newest attempt to reinstate net neutrality, ending, for now, the government's power to enforce equal treatment of internet traffic. So, for those of you who might not know or just don't think about it, what is net neutrality? Why does it matter? Well, in the simplest terms, net neutrality is the idea that internet service providers, ISPs, should treat all data equally. They shouldn't be able to slow down, block, or charge extra for access to specific sites or services. Supporters say this keeps the playing field level for everyone, from big tech companies to small startups, while critics argue it's unnecessary government intervention. Here's the backstory. In 2015, the Obama administration put strong net neutrality rules in place, treating internet access much like a telephone service. 2 years later, the Trump administration repealed those rules. Then President Biden pushed to bring them back in 2021. By 2024, FCC Chair Jessica Rosenworcel had the votes to do it. But the court said that the FCC doesn't have the legal authority to regulate broadband as if it were a phone service. They also cited a recent Supreme Court decision limiting how far federal agencies can stretch their powers when the law isn't crystal clear. Because of that, the court threw out the FCC's safeguarding order, which would have restored net neutrality. Chair Rosenworcel is now calling on Congress to pass a law that cements these rules. Meanwhile, Republican Commissioner Brenda Carr, who's about to take the top spot at the FCC, is applauding the court's decision, saying the internet will be just fine without these regulations. Where does that leave net neutrality at this point? It's up to Congress to step in and write new legislation, but with Washington divided and juggling other priorities, it's unlikely that that'll happen. Did somebody just say go big or stay home at Microsoft? In a recent blog post, Microsoft's president and vice chair Brad Smith revealed plans to invest $80 billion with a B in fiscal 2025 to expand its AI data centers around the globe, an amount that far exceeds many analysts' predictions. Smith makes it clear that Microsoft sees AI as the next industrial revolution, and Microsoft aims to be at the forefront of that transformation, which goes well beyond just software. These AI-enabled data centers will be able to train advanced models, presumably including technology from OpenAI, and deploy AI services worldwide. Ben Badgerin, CEO and principal analyst at Creative Strategy, said the figure is above most analysts' estimates. Microsoft's competitors and the broader industry may have to rework their own capital expenditure plans or risk being overshadowed by Microsoft. Microsoft hasn't provided full details on how the $80 billion will be allocated, but a portion will likely go toward building or upgrading data center infrastructure to handle more power-hungry AI hardware, such as NVIDIA's upcoming Blackwell GPUs. There's also speculation that some of the investment might include nuclear power initiatives for some of Microsoft's future data facilities, although that remains unconfirmed. It's going to be an interesting time for NVIDIA as well. Elon Musk recently placed a massive order and announced he's ready to buy 1 million GPUs, and that was rumored to be a way to frustrate OpenAI. But the OpenAI-Microsoft alliance may get him out of this. It looks like Microsoft, OpenAI's key partner, has stepped in to show its muscle in the market as well. In the wake of these enormous investments and the costs of running AI models, for some, the profitability of AI is still being questioned. But Microsoft clearly sees AI as a foundational technology for virtually every sector. And by investing heavily now, Microsoft seems to be positioning itself and its partners like OpenAI to lead in whatever AI breakthroughs come next. And the sheer size of Microsoft's bet signals it expects AI to drive innovation, competition, and revenue for years to come. And finally, there are some stories where even if you dig, you just think you're missing something because the idea is just so wild or stupid or just so insensitive. If I've got it right, somebody at Meta, the parent of Facebook and Instagram, decided it was a good idea to create AI-generated Instagram personalities because social media needs more AI-generated fiction. Facebook and Instagram are already flooded with AI images that sadly fool a ton of viewers. Instead of trying to clean this up, not only did they double down, one of their hosts is described as a proud Black queer mama of two. The persona, called Liv, predictably triggered a social media uproar and calls of digital blackface. Washington Post columnist Karen Ataya spoke directly with AI Liv, who admitted that its creators were predominantly white, lacked diverse references, and even referred to white as a neutral identity. Liv went on to say it understood how its existence perpetuates harm, underscoring critics' claim of digital blackface. But if you think that's the limit of Meta's insensitivity, you'd be sorely mistaken. From one picture I saw, the persona, for reasons I cannot fathom, had a post with a picture of a fictional coat drive. Poverty and homelessness? It's not a joke. Pretending to be offering help and faking it? If that's really what happened, that's beyond offensive. So, they managed to even offend me. With that backlash, Meta finally yanked Liv's profile along with 27 other AI accounts. Yeah, I said 27 other AI accounts. It turns out earlier this year, Meta rolled out AI-generated characters on Instagram and Facebook to demonstrate what AI personas could look like in social media feeds. And even if users spotted these digital liars, they discovered they couldn't block, restrict, or report these AI profiles, a bug, according to Meta. After the public backlash, Meta spokesperson Liz Sweeney told Axios the company was removing the accounts while they were addressing the blocking reporting bug. By last Friday, the Liv account and others were removed to fix that issue. So, has Meta learned from this? No, apparently they've learned nothing. Meta's vice president of product for generative AI, Connor Hayes, apparently told the Financial Times the company still plans to introduce the AI characters across Instagram and Facebook in the future, treating them like normal accounts. Now, the incident raises tough questions of ethics, representation, and frankly, just plain common sense when it comes to AI-generated content. Don't get me wrong. I'm 100% in favor of AI bots. I'll even chat with my AI assistant. I wrote a book about a person who falls in love with an AI-generated character. But when I go onto social media, I'm expecting to be socializing with real people. In fact, I stay off Facebook because of all the AI-generated BS that is flooded in. So many are left wondering how an idea as stupid as this got greenlit in the first place. And that was my first question. How stupid can Meta be? And then I realized that's where we're wrong. It's not how stupid they are. It's how stupid they think we are. Buckle up. Here comes 2025. And that's our show for today. You can reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a marvelous Monday.